You know, when I file my FOIAs now and they respond with something like, there are 3,000 requests ahead of you, we can't meet the 20-day deadline, and we can't give you expedited processing that you've applied for as a member of the media because you haven't demonstrated a need. And the last CDC FOIA I went to court over, because that's how you have to get them to answer now. They won't just give you documents. The new tactic is, and you've probably heard about this, we'll produce the documents that we said we didn't have, but now we know we have so many that you've taken us to court that we'll produce them on a rolling basis of 500 a month for the rest of your life. And I pointed out to one judge, they didn't say it in those words, but that the production schedule that they had proposed would make it something like 25 years. This is the new tactic on even freedom of information requests are very hard to get answered, and even going to court, they're pretty difficult.
Well, there's something like this with the Pfizer safety data, if I recall correctly, and then but I believe a judge is kind of fast tracking that to what, 8 months or something?
Yes, I mean, again, that's considered a fast track. Think about this. This is data gathered by the government on our behalf that we own, gathered by people we pay. There's no question that we own it. And they drag their feet and they fight it, and they use our money to fight in court, having to produce it. And then when the outcome is, okay, now maybe instead of 50 years or 80 years, we'll produce it within 8 months, often highly redacted, so it requires more court action to go and to try to find out what's behind the improper redactions. It still bought them time. It still allowed them to delay, to get out whatever message they want while you don't know what's really in the documents. It still serves their purpose. And the interesting thing with FOIA, even when the courts come in and say, yes, government, you have to give the public the documents they own, no one's punished for that. Nobody ever says to them, you just made them go to court, meaning the people or the press. You made them spend money when you should have given them the documents in the first place. You're going to be punished for that. That doesn't happen. So there's no downside to the bureaucrats and their bosses dragging their feet or even giving dishonest information saying they don't have documents, because nothing ever happens to them, even if they go to court and ultimately are ordered to turn them over someday.